What's going on, everyone? This is Lo-Fi Noah, and today we're gonna be talking about Borderlands 4. Okay, everyone's been playing it, everyone's been trying it out. I've been trying to get my feelings, really figure out if I really like the game or don't like the game. There's a couple things I want to touch on, but mostly this video right here is just to give my thoughts about the game itself. First things first, let's talk about gameplay. I think hands down, this is one of the best of what Borderlands ever did in their franchise, like let alone like compared to Borderlands 3, 2, 1, pre-sequel, all of them. It has the best so far gameplay side. The weapons are incredible. I like the different matchups, the different manufacturers that comes on different weapons. I'm really loving this one Jacob's weapon that has like a Torg and also like a Vladov to it. So like, bro, that right there is awesome. I think they did a fantastic job just working on the guns of the game itself. The enemies don't feel squishy at all whenever you're fighting them. There are a couple of times when they feel as though they should just die, but if you just swap to the right element, then it makes it a lot easier. And surprisingly, I thought I was going to be a little bit scared with how they wanted to put anointeds. That's what I'm calling them because that's the only thing I can remember them as. If you play Borderlands 3, you'll understand what I'm saying. But if you don't, basically some of your gears have these little icons on it that gives you certain stat bonuses when you put like 3 of the same or 2 of the same or 1 of the same, whatever. And that gives you buffs depending on what it is. I think that's awesome. I think they wasn't too much to the point where like they're must needs, but they're just right to where you can say, okay, I need that, but if I don't have it, cool, I don't have to really worry about that. So I kind of like that in the game than opposed of how it was back in Borderlands 3, where you needed anointeds in order to really see yourself like benefit in the game, which was really annoying to me. And I think the biggest thing that I'm really happy with is the fact that we don't have to exit out of the game and then go back in order to refight a certain boss. I think that was, to me, the biggest thing they needed to work on with the Borderlands series, because since this is a loot and shooter game, you're having to regrind for a lot of different things, and you're gonna have to do these bosses, these enemies 1,000 times over in order to get one particular item, gear, or class mod, whatever case may be. So finally having something like that really made it 10 times easier. And lastly, and obviously, being able to transfer different frame rares, which that's what it's really called in Borderlands 4, but I'm gonna call it anointed. I like it. I think it's really really helpful. It doesn't make it complicated. It's not annoying to do, and it's pretty simple at the end of the day. If you like a certain frameware or anointed on a certain gun or a weapon, then you can easily transfer it over. You don't have to like go through rigmaroles of having to reform for that particular weapon or item just so you can get that particular frameware on it. And I think over time, as the game gets more and more harder, I like the ultimate vault. They did a fantastic job on this as well, which a lot of people I don't see talking about it. We had a big issue that I feel as though in Borderlands 2 with this. So an ultimate vault hunter or OP levels, that's what I'm really talking about here. The OP levels made you reform for a lot of weapons. So like, let's say you was level 80, then you had to go to OP levels. So you had to go to 1 to 10. Well, you'll have to reform for your weapons in order to deal with enemies at OP 10. So let's just say you was able to get from OP 1 to OP 5 with level 80 weapons. Well, eventually you have to go back and farm for OP 5 in order to deal with doing OP 5 to OP 10. So all that to say this, I'm glad that with the new system that we have in the game, where we're going to OP levels 5 or Ultimate Vault Hunter 5, it's not making me reform for a weapon. Just keep it at level 50 and then just make the enemies harder and more difficulty. And that to me is a lot better. I don't feel too overwhelmed. I don't feel as though my Vault Hunter can't do anything against enemies. And that is what I really enjoy with the gameplay side of it. Now, with all that being said, I gotta talk about the negatives that I feel as though that I see with the game. And that's gonna be the build. Well, that's gonna be the class builds. Now, Borderlands 4 do have, I want to say, one of the best ways to build diversity. But the problem is, and I think one, we're at a low level. I mean, we're only at level 50, number one. And two, you know, a lot of the different builds or the different like skill trees or different just action skills in general, it's not strong enough to deal with higher levels of content or even bosses. And I'm going to say this too, because I've been playing Alloy like through the whole entire journey, all the way up to Ultimate Vault 5. And the biggest issue that I found is just using Her 0-point action skill basically is her stasis ability, where she puts them in a bubble, okay, and then the enemy sits in there. That is, to me, is the weakest. And I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this, and I even agree with this. It is the weakest. The reason why it's the weakest is because, number one, it's not enough damage. Two, you can't really get that many benefits from running this skill tree. And then compared to her other skill tree, Chromo Accelerator, that is pretty much her best skill tree in the game. Fighting bosses with the 0-point action skill, it just sucks. There's no point to even run this ability against any boss. And I don't understand why, to this day, that from all the different Borderlands games, with all the different characters that have an ability to put an enemy into stasis or put them inside of a bubble and then make them float and then they can't move or basically CC'd, they need to just make it easier for people who want to run those builds. How about, instead of, you know, still keep it to where they don't get affected or get put into a bubble, but more is like, give me my action skills or my ability that I skilled into a little bit, because I just don't see no point of ever running this, regardless of whether you're doing mob clearing or bosses. In general, there's just better skill tree, which is just her red one. It's just the best. If you're gonna run it, there's only one thing that you're gonna run on the red skill tree, and that's the natron capture, where that pretty much gives you more damage once your ability pops for a brief of time. Like, if we're gonna make a game that has so many different build diversities, we need to make sure that our build diversities are able to do levels of content just as much as any other build. I don't want to see like Chromo Accelerator getting nerfed, which that's what I feel as though they did in Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3, but instead buff up the other skill trees. Okay, buff up 0-point. Buff. And me personally, that's what I'm screaming for. I don't understand why, to this day in Borderlands 4, we're still running certain abilities as from all these previous different Borderlands games, and we're not improving the thought process on these abilities. I'm just being real. They could have did better on this 0-point skill tree. I'm just gonna be real. They could have did better on the blue. They could have did better on the blue. They could have made it so much easier for us to deal with bosses with the skill tree, etc., etc. But instead, we're going the same route of what other Borderlands games have. I'm just gonna be real. I don't see no point of ever running the blue skill tree. And for anyone who argues, just don't run the blue skill tree, I don't want to hear that, because at the end of the day, if this game is about build diversity and I'm able to build any type of build that I particularly want and flourish, then I should be able to run my blue skill tree how I want to and be able to do any content level of things. Instead, I'm locked into not able to do anything against a boss, okay, or any big size enemy that's not even a boss. That's even the more funnier part. So again, I don't see the point of that. That's like my one thing I will harbor on, because I like to say that we have really good build diversity. I really truly do. Okay, I would definitely say, like, in order to make the blue skill tree work, you have to run the one class mod to really see benefits from it. But even then, I will say there's no point, because it's still lackluster to compare to the red skill tree for Hilo. Another big issue that I see with the gameplay side of it, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the fact that I have to open up the whole entire map whenever I'm playing Borderlands when I do a new character. I think that's really annoying, really tedious. There's no point. The same thing with SDUs. I think that's also really annoying, really tedious. I think there should be a better way to deal with this in a certain way than just every single time you make a new character, you have to go through the hassle of the tediousness of getting your storage deck upgraded or having to open up the entire map. Okay, if you're a person who has nothing else better to do with their life, or make this like the only thing you play, or this is like your livelihood for making content, then I can see why you wouldn't have no issue with that. But for the average Joe person that want to enjoy the other Vault Hunters or the other players or the other characters, and especially I'm saying this too when Cash comes out, I think it's really just better to make it easier to where if you already fully open the whole entire map, one particular Vault Hunter, then just make it to where you can do that to all of the Vault Hunters. It just makes it easier, man. It just makes it 10 times easier. I don't see no point, or I don't understand the point of us redoing that. That's really just adding on tediousness to no apparent reason. That's all it really is. Now I want to talk about story, which this is pretty much the biggest thing that everyone harps on. Really, one side believes that, you know, the Borderlands story is what makes it so good and why a lot of people fell in love with it, while other people, like including myself, feel as though that the game is more gameplay sided. Okay, that's what it really matters. Or you could be a little bit in between. I can see different points of it, but I feel as though it's just more gameplay side. This story was meh. There's no way to really see this story being good whatsoever compared to, well, let's just say outside of Borderlands. Like certain DLCs in other Borderlands games or franchises has been 10 times better than the story that we have now. And yes, again, this is probably like still at the beginning stages, so we don't know everything that has to come with the story. But like, take it for instance for this, right? They had to get rid of Ava because we all hated the fact that how she acted in Borderlands 3, but then they added her pet, but made sure to not add her in. Now, she could be coming in a later stage of the game or whatnot, but even right there, the story itself wasn't that memorable in my humble opinion. There's some one-liner funny moments maybe here and there, but ultimately the story is just not for it. It's just not it. I don't understand why some people feel as though like Borderlands story is the biggest thing about it. I think it's really like on the back burner, really. I don't think it's like terrible, but it's just, I don't know, it just never grips me. Like I don't remember a really good solid moment part. And I'm not trying to say because, oh, it's not like Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2 or pre-sequels or anything, but you know, honestly, it's just, to me, their stories have never really made sense in a way, or really just been good, in all honesty. There's no like character progression, there's no like character defines, which not every story needs to have like the best of the best type of cast or the side characters going through a phase and they finally do better and stuff like that, but like just a little bit of it would make more sense. Like that's what I truly feel. Like I just don't see the point of the story, in all honesty. And I'm upset at the fact that we don't have a whole lot of, as long as the gameplay aspect of it stays really, really good, I think that's where my department about how I feel about the game will be. But for other people, they may feel a little bit differently. Would I be okay? Would they do better on the story? Yeah, but to me, it's just not that cared for. I don't see the big thing about it, in my humble opinion. And I also wanted to get other people's opinions about the story as well before I made my own. So some of these, I'm going to show you guys some of the people that I asked in different Discords, okay, just to really get their opinions about how they see story. But then once I get to like the story section of it, I'm going to keep it short because I have a really strong opinion, but I think it's ass. I don't think it's that great compared to really any story. I mean, it just doesn't make sense for me. But then again,
the side missions, bro, that's where it's at.
Yeah,
the side
but
missions are genuinely better.
Even then, though, right? Like, I just don't understand where they're going.
Honestly, dude,
yeah,
I think
let's talk about it. Let's talk.
Okay, yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1, not the greatest main story,
right?
Whatever,
right?
The DLC, that's when it went
banger,
general
banger. Yeah, yes, banger.
Borderlands 2. Okay, it's kind of like way too peak to even compare because the main story was perfect, and then it was only really the DLC that was kind of middling until Tiny Tina's, because Tiny Tina's was peak. But who the fuck remembers Big Game Hunt from Hammerlock?
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
I still remember Mr. Bony Pants guy, the first boss on that DLC.
And I gotta say this too, I'm a big gameplay person. I can talk hours and hours and hours about how Borderlands is a really good game from the gameplay side of it, and even talk about the bad stuff that came from all the Borderlands. But the story, to me, it just never hit for some reason. Like, yeah, we all know that Borderlands 2 was the greatest on like the villain side of it, but we never really give like flowers to pre-sequel, because again, that told a really good story, but the gameplay was bad.
Just
like literally,
I like pre-sequel more than 2. I'll just go ahead and say that.
I'm the same way. Yep.
If pre-sequel would have had the same amount of content,
okay.
If they would have had the same amount of content as 2,
yep,
nobody would care about 2. That's how much better the pre-sequel is.
I would say if they didn't have the trash system with the grinder, then on top of that, they made it better with the relics, and also they made sure to add like what Borderlands 2 had with weapons, armor, relics, and all that stuff, and actually put in work. How did you guys feel about the timekeeper and stuff? Because that was a new.
Timekeeper is mid as fuck. He's not very interesting, but he's not I don't know, he's just, I didn't find him interesting. Because his concept was kind of cool, but the Borderlands 4 story is just aggressively mid.
Okay.
It's not bad, it's not good, it's just, I don't know, not particularly interesting or engaging or funny or fucking anything really.
I know we was talking about story and everything, but a lot of the conversation did go off topic to like the gameplay side of it a little bit, then go back to story. But generally, from just talking to multiple different groups and recording different things, a lot of people was really just saying that the game story itself is more of like mid, or it's not like crazy. There was like one person, maybe two people in general, that said that I really like the story. It is better than Borderlands 3, and that's what I kept hearing. It's better than Borderlands 3. It's better than Borderlands 3. But other than that, really, majority of people have said it's mid, and that's really it. Another side thing I do want to touch on is little things that I found annoying to me about the game. Well, I wouldn't say a little. This is a little bit up there, to be honest. And number one, that is optimizing the game. I think the game is not fully optimized yet. The game is just not where it needs to be. And I'm getting to the point where I feel as though if we're going to start having games that charge you 80, 90, 100, 129, 130, whatever case may be, then we need to see better games coming out optimized. And what do I mean by that? Well, when the game first came out, and even now, there are certain people who are going through an issue with failing saving or error saving. For some odd reason, we're at the stage where a brand new game comes out and we don't even have that set up, where if you're playing the game and it says error save files or whatever, then that means that if you farm for anything, if you put anything in your inventory, or you do anything in your story missions, then you'll lose it, or you have to restart from a certain point where the game has saved. And that's really annoying. I don't understand the logic, and I'm gonna show you guys a video of this as well to put this in here, because okay, so I just want to make sure I record this, because I've been sitting here dealing with this same bull crap, okay, every single new update for this stupid game. Okay, like that right there, me personally, should be the biggest thing they work on. I don't understand the logic. I really don't understand the logic. And like the whole CPU, GPU, and all this crap. Okay, this is what I'm running. I'm running top quality. I have a 4080 Super, a top CPU. My motherboard is good. I have crazy amounts of storage. I have 128 of RAM. I have too much RAM. I don't need this much RAM. I really don't. I just don't understand. Like, do I need to be running a microwave or a PlayStation in order to play the game at this point? I don't understand the logic. I really don't. This is what I mean. Why is this right here taking longer to fix than buffing and nerfing characters? At this point, I can't even play the damn game. I'm so confused by that logic. Like, 4080 Super, 128 gigabytes of RAM, have really good CPU. I have updated, because that's the first thing everyone loves to hear. I have updated my graphics card. So we chilling. Why do I keep getting this? Why do I keep getting save data, progress may lost? That pretty much means, guys, if you don't know what that means, guys, if I go do this, you know what? How about this? You know what? We're gonna do a little experiment. We're gonna do the little experiment, since a lot of people don't understand that logic. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of experiment real quick. We're gonna do a little experiment. You know what? I'm willing to waste one golden key. I'm willing to waste it. You know what? I'm gonna waste it. Let's do this real quick. Yeah, let's do this real quick. Okay. So let's say I go over here, go to golden keys, right? I'm gonna go to use it. Okay. I'm wasting golden key for people to know this. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna pick up everything because it's gonna happen anyway. Okay. So we're gonna go over here. Progress may be lost. Okay. We're gonna mark this as 4. Okay. Anything we got? 4. All right. So I marked them all as 4, right? We're gonna exit the main menu. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, failed to write save data. Please check. Please check available storage space. Okay, cool. I don't understand. Like this makes you not want to play it. Anyone who experienced the same thing what I'm experiencing, this makes you more inclined to not play the game. I don't see the reason. And do not argue that, oh well, there's a way to patch it, there's a way to fix it. Yeah, there is a way to do it, but at this, what's the point if I keep getting this? I've gotten this same issue about 3 to 4 or 5 times after fixing the issue, and then after a while it comes right back. But apparently I need the best type of hardware known to man in order to play this game. First things first, we went over here. Okay, went over here, you know, to use the golden key, right? Let's see, do I keep some of the items? Oh wait, I don't keep them. I didn't keep none of my items. Huh. That's so great. Yay. That's so awesome. What's the point? What's the point? Oh, and I love that. I love that era. That era right there makes me so happy. Go to properties. No, my phone. Yeah, properties. Go over to installed. Verify integrity of a game. Is it gonna work, guys? It's not gonna work. I don't know why I keep trying, right? I'm compiling shaders for the 3rd, 4th time. Yay! Save file. Yay! Guess what that also means? I didn't keep my inventory. Yay! I didn't keep what I had. Yay! It's just so much fun. Brand new game. It's so fun wasting money on a brand new game. It's so much fun. This is what I expect from a game company. This is what I want from a game company. Yay! I'm so happy that people can spend nowadays. You spending $80, almost $100 for a brand new video game that doesn't have this optimized. This is so great of a video game. I love this, and I swear to God, I'm so grateful to this great thing that they do. So very happy for it. What do you guys think? It is so amazing, right? Love spending. I'm not gonna just say I only spent $80. No, I spent $129. I spent for the full thing. So I got the whole DLC. I got the characters that come. I got all this and that. And guess what? I love the fact that, hey, I can't play the game with my stuff. That is so great, guys. But guess what, though? I can easily go play freaking Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, Warframe, Nier Automata, any of these games, Soulframe. I can play old games and they do fantastically worse because they're optimized. Okay, the fact that I don't have this issue on all new games is a bad thing, guys. We should want this, right? We should want the game companies keep doing this, right? Like, so very lost. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It just doesn't. It doesn't. Like, I'm so lost by that logic. Why create a game, and whether you want to blame it on inflation or whatever case may be, or anything, I don't care at this point. You're making games that cost 80 to 90 to 100 to 120 to 130, 150. Let's be real. Games at this point is going to get to 200 because we're too idiotic to understand that, hey, this is not what we want. Hey, this is not what we should strive for. Hey, this is not a good ideal. That's not even optimized. Niggas who have a PC like me or even below me can't even play these regular games. I do not care about no updates. I do not care about no new characters. I do not care about no new bosses until this is optimized. I don't care about anything else. If I can't even play your game, bro, Why would I care about you telling me that you got us a brand new character like Cash? I can't even play your game. So when the game, when the character comes out, I can't even play the character. It's gonna be hitting me with, oh, we could save your save files. So guess what that means, guys? Hey, when I am unlocking a brand new character that puts me at level 30, guess what? I can't do anything. I can't play no story. I can't play no gameplay. I can't try on no tree. Because you want to know why? Because we don't have this optimized. But for some odd reason, guys, I'm the issue. But I have a 4080 Super graphics card. You telling me that works? That makes a lot of sense. Do we need to do a comparison real quick? We need to do a comparison. 4080. I don't care about all that game. We need to do a comparison. What's the big difference? What's the big difference? Do you see a difference, guys? I don't see the difference. I don't. But this makes sense, right? This makes a lot of sense. Okay, 128 gigabytes of RAM, terabyte of storage, 4080 Super with the highest CPU that is out right now. Wow, guys, this is what I need. I need to go out and buy me a 4080 graphics card, guys. This is what I'm missing. I need to be in 3rd speed rank. Guess what I'm missing, guys? I don't even care about overclocking. Anyone who cares about overclocking for playing a stupid video game, you're retarded to me. I don't understand. You don't need overclock for any of this crap. You don't. You really don't need overclocking. You are retarded if you think that you need overclocking for any video game that you play. I swear to God, I don't understand the logic. I don't understand. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with ranting. I'm done ranting. I just want to say that because I am so frustrated. I'm so very frustrated every single time because I don't understand the logic. I just don't. If I have a 4080 Super with the best specs for my PC that can run any game known to man. I can run anything. I can run GTA 6 when that mug comes out. I'm so very lost. And that pretty much wraps up everything that I really wanted to talk about. I don't think I have anything big to talk about. My thoughts in general. If I had to put Borderlands on the scale, I would say Borderlands is, for me personally, like a 6.8. And the reason why I'm going to say 6.8 in particular is because of the optimization and the fact that we had a lot of issues where the game will either fail or it'll have error saving. That right there drops it tremendously. If it didn't have that issue, then I'll probably bump it to about 8.8. And I'm going to say that because of the story. I don't think the story is that great. In my humble opinion, it's not bad. It's just meh at the end of the day. And I'm not asking for like no grand, like 10 out of 10 best story in the world. But I'm asking for like the bare bones minimal, at least pertaining to certain characters or to make sure everything follows through. But if they don't go that route, then I'm not going to cry myself to sleep about it. It is what it is. I like gameplay more anyway than opposed of the story. So I'm not really complaining. And that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, then feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, and write down in the comments below what you thought about the game so far and what is your opinions about it. Am my opinions about it wrong? What do you think? Do you like the story more? Do you not like the story? Okay, where are you guys at? Because me personally, that's where I'm at about it. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.